Home prices are dropping, inventory is increasing, the housing market is crashing. Don't buy a house. This is 2008. You couldn't be more wrong about all of that. I am Joe Schwartzbauer, your favorite Twin Cities realtor, here to give you our local data on what's really going on. The national news outlets, even the local news outlets, like to pick up the national numbers about what is going on across the country in housing. I'm here to give you the real information about what's going on. What's really going on here locally is a lot different than what's taking place in places like Austin and San Francisco and, pretty much all of the West Coast. They are experiencing some major issues and some huge drops in prices. But here in the Twin Cities, this is just seasonal what we're seeing. Here is a recent article from Realtor.com. Home prices fall, listings soar. Could it be time to buy despite high mortgage rates? I would say 100% yes. Right now is a phenomenal time to buy because there is a lot less competition out there. And you don't have to pay well over the list price. You should be able to get a home at or under the list price, get the sellers to pay some concessions for you, have repairs made. It is a good time to buy a house right now. So the December numbers did just come out. I want to show you what those are. Median sale price, it did drop now in November down to $371. This is for single family homes here in the 7-county metro. Previously owned, we're not looking at new construction. We were at $380 in October, dropped to $371. Last year in October, we were at $369. November numbers dropped down to $360. Year before that, October, $340, dropped down to $329, over a $10,000 decrease. What is taking place right now is absolutely normal. For past years, we see these ups and these downs every single year. In Minnesota, housing prices come down in the winter due to less demand. It is something that has happened every single year. If you want to take it the 10-year chart, you can see it every single year. It bottoms out January, February type of a time period, peaks in June. Bottoms out in February, peaks in June. Bottoms out in January, peaks in April or May, so right around that time. So if you do want to time the market, buy a home in January. If you want to spend the most, buy a home in June. It's just kind of the way that things work here in Minnesota. But let's take a look at month supply. Well, we're down to 1.1 months. We were at 1.4, so inventory is dropping, but inventory drops every winter at this point. You can see it is the trend every single year. People don't want to list their homes in the winter. It's not a great time to sell your home. People that are selling their home in the winter are selling because they need to sell their home. So, where are mortgage rates? Well, mortgage rates actually just dropped. The day I'm shooting this is December 1st. Today they dropped another quarter point and they are down in the low sixes right now. Now, mid-December, there's going to be the new CPI numbers coming out. Actually, tomorrow, by the time this video is out, the unemployment numbers will have come out tomorrow. Depending on where those come out at, it could lead to mortgage rates going up. It could lead to them going down. The rates right now are very volatile and they are changing day to day, but the long-term projections of what we are going to see for the housing market, for interest rates, it's yet to be known, but we do have a lot of good indicators. So let's take a look at some recent quotes that we have here. This one is from the Deputy Chief Economist at Redfins. For those bearish folks eagerly awaiting for home price crash, you'll have to keep waiting. As much as demand is pulling back, supply is as well, reducing downward pressure on prices in the short term. So it is supply and demand economics, and that is something that it rings true and will always ring true. If there is low inventory and there is at least some demand, it will not allow prices to come down too far. So, but foreclosures, they're up. Yes, they are up significantly from where we're at in 2021, but we are nowhere near where we were in 2020 or even 2019. We're 200,000 foreclosures behind where we were in 2019. Foreclosures are just not taking place right now. And these past 2 years, 2020 and 2021, there was a lot of forbearance. That's why the numbers were so low. But even now, people are in such good equity positions because home prices have come up so much over the past 2 years that we're not seeing a lot of foreclosures. They are not impacting the market. Well, a recession does not mean falling prices. This is a look at the last 6 recessions, and you can see that only 2 of them, housing prices fell. And the 2008, this was a recession that was due to housing and due to bad lending. Blame the lenders. They are the ones to blame for what took place in 2008. But you can see 2001, they were up 6.6%, 1980, 6.1%, 81, the year that I was born, they were up 3.5%. 91, they dropped 1.9%. Dropping 2% in housing prices is not bad. The other thing that takes place during a recession is mortgage rates fall. You can see these mortgage rates were down a point in 2020. 2008, they dropped 1.3. You can see 1981, they dropped 5%. 1981, they were also, I want to say 1981, that was about the time that we had 17, 18, 19% interest rates on homes. So if we do go into a recession, it is likely that we will see mortgage rates decrease. Now, if mortgage rates decrease, I firmly believe that we are going to see a ton of buyers enter back in the market. And if inventory is still low, as it is expected to be, there's going to be some major competition on homes. When we see competition on homes, multiple offers drive prices up. My predictions for this next year are that we are going to see a pretty crazy market in the summer again. If inflation is under control, if the Fed has this under control and the CPI numbers come out and continue to be better than expected and inflation is under control, it's going to be a pretty crazy summer market, in my opinion. While mortgage rates are expected to continue to drift higher over the coming months, much of the rapid increase in rates is likely behind us. We have never had a time in history where mortgage rates doubled in a single year, and that's what took place here in 2022, and it is the biggest reason for the market literally coming to a halt. We had so many buyers that said, you know what, I need to wait. I was previously approved for a $600,000 home, and I can now only purchase a $450,000 home. I need to wait to see what is going on. Well, here's one thing this is a great quote that I want to read to you. If you can find a house that meets your financial expectations for a monthly payment and it is a good time for you to buy, then do that. If it's the right time for you to buy, it's the right time for you to buy. Make a move when it's right for you. Past 2 years, people were making moves. It was a rational exuberance. We had to slow people down and tell them that offering $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 over list was not a good idea. People still wanted to do it. But now, if the monthly payment fits your needs, buy the home. If it makes sense for you to make a move. If rates go higher, you win. If rates drop, well, you can always refinance. If rates stay the same, you're in a good position. Don't let the current mortgage rate scare you away. It is all about what your monthly payment is and what is comfortable for you and finding a home that makes sense for you. And if you wait for prices to fall, but they never do, you may discover the hard way that the house that you found a year ago that you really loved, that you could afford, but you passed on, is more expensive next year. And this is exactly what I expect to see happen. A lot of the national analysis are saying that we're going to see a pretty flat year nationally for appreciation in 2023. I agree, nationally, that's probably what's going to happen because of the West Coast and Boise and Austin, places that were overinflated. But here in the Twin Cities, I will put it out there that I expect to see a minimum of 3 to 4% appreciation this next year. There is far too much pent-up buyer demand right now, and if rates do what all the analysis are saying and they get down into the 5s, we're close to 5s right now, that is going to cause buyers to come out of the woodwork. One thing I want to definitely leave you with is the median asking rent since 1988. It's going up. Rent's going up. You have really an option. You can pay your own mortgage or you can pay it for someone else. Now, if you're a home buyer in today's market, like I say, it is a good time to buy if it's right for you. Make a decision around your monthly payments and around what you need for yourself, for your family, whatever it may be. Buy when it's right for you. If it's not the right time for you, don't make a move. For sellers, is it still a good time to buy? Well, inventory is still very low. But if you are a seller in today's market, pricing your home accordingly has not been this important in the past 2 years. Making sure that your home is staged beautifully, has video, has the proper marketing done, has not been so important in the past couple years, but it is now. If you have questions about this, if you think the market's going to crash and have some data, drop it in the comments below. Let me know. Subscribe to this page. It helps other people see this. Share it with a friend. Tell me that I'm completely wrong. Tell me that I'm completely right. Let me know what you think about these videos. Thank you guys for sticking around. We'll talk to y'all soon.